How Amazon technology will take over your life. With the rate of technology, it's no doubt that intelligent machines are presently managing humans, making work less stressful, dangerous, and grueling. Hey guys, what are you doing right now? Could you please take about 30 seconds of your time to subscribe to our YouTube channel? Please do not forget to click on the bell button to stay in touch with all our exciting updates. The impact of these intelligent machines is heavily felt in warehouses, call centers, malls, various workplaces, and other sectors of life. On every campaign rallies and conference stages, tech executives and politicians tell of an impending automation crisis. According to their warning, there is a possibility of a situation where human workers are gradually and all of a sudden replaced by robots. What they, however, did not reveal in their warning is the fact that the automation crisis was already in place. There are robots in different sections of life working in management and gradually grinding workers into the ground. Sadly, most areas like the mall, where you see smiling faces of attendants and caring faces of managers who are quick to answer all your needs, are recently getting replaced with automated machines that do nothing more than they have been programmed to do. These robots are consistently watching over hotel housekeepers, guiding them on what room to clean, and also tracking how quickly they do their job. Surprisingly, these robots are now managing software developers, carefully monitoring their clicks and scrolls and cutting their pay if they work a little too slowly. They are also listening to call center workers, guiding them on what to say, how to say it, and constantly keeping them busy in the best way possible. Some 5 years ago, the robots were encountered were those of the self-driving trucks and cars. Today, these robots have returned more equipped and fully ready to take on just about anything. Some of these robots arrived in the form of foremen, middle manager, and supervisors. These automated systems can easily sense inefficiencies where it's difficult for a human manager. Instances where a moment's downtime between calls, a routine of staying back at the coffee machine after completing a task, a new route that, if all goes properly, could get a few more packages delivered in a day. With a robot, this would be carefully monitored and managed. However, for human workers, what look like inefficiencies to these robots, sadly, were their very last reserves of relief and self-sufficiency. These robots show an iota of being better since they have no need for those little breaks and minor freedoms. Actually, they make maximum use of every time and in every given working field. Over the last several months, over 20 workers in different countries have revealed their fear about these ongoing changes in the work field. For many of these workers, their greatest fear is not that these automated machines may take over their jobs, but that there's a bigger possibility that robots are now their bosses. That is how big the AI is going. Artificial intelligence is slowly but steadily taking over every aspect of technology and affects lives worldwide. Sure, you may be in other sectors of life and doubting the possibility of the coming of robots ever affecting you. No doubt you buy things online. You make use of most of these sectors with robots on the managerial boards of control. So, in one way or the other, you are going to be fully affected by the presence of these automated devices. Taking Amazon's technology as a case study, it will interest you to know that this big corporation makes use of thousands of robots. In fact, every single move in Amazon that requires speed and accuracy is handled by robots. Don't take this the wrong way. The existence of robots in the company was never in a contest with human labor. Surprisingly, Amazon was able to still retain her staff, even with the coming of these robots. According to research carried out on Amazon, unlike what everyone would be expecting to happen in the area of jobs for humans, the firm surprised everyone when they continued employing people, even with the presence of the robots. In fact, since the incorporation of these robots, Amazon has presented over 300,000 job opportunities to the public. This, my friends, is simply amazing. Mind you, the creation of the job for human labor was not to say that the robots are not competent enough to work independently. However, it was a bold statement to the world that humans and machines can coexist comfortably, while also work in harmony. The perils of automated management are more obvious than other sectors than at Amazon. For some sectors, every aspect of management in these companies' warehouses is directed by one of these robots. From when a human begins their work, how fast they've worked, to when they get fired for not doing their jobs well or falling behind the given target. Every single worker in some of these sectors have a certain number of items or services they have to deliver per hour, And when they fail to do so, they are automatically handing their job over to these automated machines and getting fired. There's absolutely no way people could sustain this level of intense work and remain sane. There's a likelihood that any human that tries doing that sort of work would break down after a while. Now, there are rumors that Amazon has started demanding that much time and labor from their human workers. If this is so, there's a huge possibility the company would soon be run solely by robots and render millions of employees jobless. Last year, BuzzFeed, ProPublica, and others printed investigations about Amazon delivery drivers zigzagging into vehicles and persons on foot as they tried meeting up for their demanding routes, which are algorithmically created and carefully monitored through an app on drivers' phones. Also in November, Reveal came forward with some analyzed documents from over 20 Amazon warehouses. They discovered that almost 10% of full-time workers sustained severe injuries back in 2018. This rate of injury was 2 times more than the national average for the same kind of work. Now imagine you're probably a worker here. If you have a relative, you'd probably spend the better part of your alone time getting treated for your injuries. There have also been rumors of repetitive stress injuries getting epidemic. But funny enough, no employee comes out to report those to the management. Okay, so not all is bad. Amazon, besides demanding near-perfect services from their workers, also takes their workers' safety seriously. They also have medical staff on site and never fail to encourage their staff to report any injury they may encounter in the cause of their work. Even with the care and concern offered to the workers by management, knee pain, backaches, and other constant strain symptoms are very familiar to Amazon that there is actually a painkiller vending machine installed in their warehouse. The merciless stress takes a toll of its own. Employees eventually burn out, but since each task is precisely dictated by machine, these human laborers are easily replaced. It may not be the right time to reveal this, but you should know that there are robots of the allegedly job-stealing variety in Amazon warehouses. Luckily, these robots are not the kind that worries most workers. In 2014, Amazon started using shelf-carrying robots, which mechanized the job of walking through the warehouse to get goods. The robots were just so amazingly efficient that more humans were delegated to other roles to keep up with efficiency. This is not some sort of refreshing news because the presence of these robots reminded Amazon of its need for human labor. The presence of robots motivated Amazon to build more facilities. With the creation of new facilities came the need to employ more human labor. In fact, it is on a good note that the company now employs almost 3 times the number of full-time warehouse workers than it did when the robots began offering services. Nonetheless, something else besides workers losing their work happened. The robots then changed the nature of the work handed out to humans. Rather than a human walking around the warehouse, employees are expected to stand in cages to remove items from the shelves after the robots had dropped off. Employees collectively agree that this job is one of the fastest paced and most exhausting duties in the warehouse. Reveal also discovered that injured workers were seen more in warehouses with robots. This actually makes sense because it is the pace that is actually the problem. Anyways, guys, that's it for me today, guys. How Amazon technology will take over your life. Are you still of the mind that the coming of robots into our world isn't going to disrupt anything? Well, if you're wondering how Amazon technology would ever take over your life or even affect you, I would hope this video was able to quench your thirst for information. If you have a different opinion on this argument holding any water, be sure to comment down below and it will be included in subsequent videos. If this video is insightful, please leave a like and do not forget to subscribe. That's it for me, guys. I hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you